do so safely without cutting somebody else. That is true. That is something that most people, I think, would do and understand, and they go about their business and their motoring that way. However, you might not see that there's a four-wheeler on the other side of me. You may not see that there is a disabled vehicle or a police officer who has somebody pulled over on the left-hand shoulder on the interstate. You may not see that lady down the street pushing a kid with a stroller across the road. We most likely do. There are other scenarios as to why I wouldn't be able to get over. Perhaps my dog just ran off the bed and jumped up on me and kind of, startled me a little bit, and I gave her a little pet job, and I'm trying to kind of deal with her but also keep my eyes on the road. I'm not necessarily worried about you merging onto the highway, and I shouldn't have to be worried about you merging onto the highway, because that's just the rules of the road, the etiquette, and even really the law. Most places that have dangerous on-ramps and merging traffic will actually have yield signs on or at the end of an on-ramp. It is your job, truck driver, it is your job, four-wheeler, to merge onto the highway when it is safe for you to do so. It is not our job for us to allow you to merge onto the highway. If we can speed up and you can cut in behind us, good. If I slow down because I'm understanding that you're not paying attention, good. If I move over to the left, good. It's not my responsibility to do so. It is your responsibility to do so. In that same topic, please use a turn signal. Use a turn signal. One, because it shows that you're paying attention. Two, it may alert and alarm some of us that are panning around and looking at other things. We're looking at our mirrors perhaps to see if we can actually get over safely to allow you onto the interstate. When you're driving around us, use your turn signals. You're merging onto the highway. You're already merged onto the highway, whether in front of us or behind us. You want to make a move. You want to pass me. You want to pass the vehicle or the truck that's in front of me. Use your turn signals. Please. They're there for a reason. They are indicator lights. It's not expressly and explicitly for making a turn. That's not the only use for a turn signal. They are meant to indicate that you are making a move out of the normal path of travel. That's what a turn signal is for. Use them. Please stay out of our way. Please, I'm begging you, start merging onto the highway and into traffic, understanding that trucks cannot stop in the distance in the time that you think we can. Even if the truck was loaded at the prime weight, because usually an empty truck doesn't stop as quickly as a loaded truck, but if a truck is severely loaded, or like right at the end of the maximum that we can haul, it also then takes us a little bit longer because the momentum and inertia is built up so much that it takes us longer to stop. But even if the weight of the truck and the trailer and the freight is prime when it comes to the capacity and capabilities of the braking system on these trucks to slow down, it still takes upwards of 2 to 3 seconds for that decision to be made in my mind, sent to my foot to the pedal, my foot to be released from the pedal, switched over onto the brake pedal, and then apply the pressure to the mechanism that then sends a message, whether it's hydraulic, air, or whatever. Commercial vehicles typically are air, and then apply the brakes. Anywhere, I mean, 3 seconds is maybe even a little quick. So stop expecting us to be able to stop and adjust our speed to you, the guy who just wants to get onto the interstate that I've been on for the past 10 hours. It's nonsense. It's selfish. It shows a disregard for respect for me as the guy who's bringing you everything that you need and you want. But it's also showing a lack of really understanding and respect for yourself. What happens if you don't see that there's another truck or another four-wheeler on the side over here, on my driver's side, and I can't move over and I can't slow down because there's another four-wheeler or a truck that's tailgating me in the rear? If I stop, the reaction time for that person behind me is severely cut from the natural ability to see a hazard and adjust to it, because they're right on my tail. Yes, they're wrong for tailgating. Yes, I understand that. But it's also dangerous for me to have to slam on my brakes as an 80,000 pound vehicle with somebody behind me, somebody over on the driver's side of me, just so you can merge onto the interstate at the same speed that the interstate is. Most on-ramps are set up. They're literally set up for you to merge onto the interstate at a minimum of 45 miles an hour or greater. It is your job to get up to that speed and then merge. It is your job to go a little bit slower on the ramp. If there's a ton of cars or a ton of trucks and you can't get over, you don't know why we can't get over and let you on. That's not our responsibility. It's your responsibility. So please stop cutting us off. Stop using your high beams. I understand that mistakes are made. You're driving out there and you're getting a little lost. You might be tired or whatever. I've done it. I've left my high beams on. I'm not just trying to bitch about that. I'm trying to make a point that we need to do a little bit better, okay? And I am challenging myself with this. That's part of why I'm doing these videos, because I process as I'm speaking things out. I'm thinking about things as I'm bringing them forward. I don't have a whole bunch of people around me to fellowship with and talk with and process and think and go through these things with. So this is an outlet to help and share some wisdom and insight to you guys, but it's also helping me center myself and hold myself accountable to the very thing that I'm expecting you perhaps to know. So we're at almost 36 minutes. I'm going to cut this off. I apologize to go back to the first couple videos that I posted here on the channel. I apologize if they were bumping up and down. I was driving. Say what you want. I was looking ahead, checking my mirrors, doing things safely. The phone was down here. Started recording as I'm pulling out, stuff like that, and then uploading the videos when I'm able to do so safely. Typically I would do that while I'm stopped at a rest area when I let Stella out, or stopped for the night, or doing a DOT break that I have to do and all that stuff. So all that said, I hope that some of this content is perhaps eye-opening. If it is, cool. And if it is, if you guys got anything along the lines of the content of this video, feel free to drop a comment. If you've learned something, share and comment, and like and subscribe the channel, and give me some ideas of content, some questions, some comments perhaps of what you're frustrated about when it comes to truck drivers, and maybe we can have a dialogue. If there's things that you appreciate about truckers, feel free to share it, and I'll feel free to key up on the radio and just let people know that there are folks out there that appreciate what we're doing, and it goes a long way. It goes a long way. This is a hard life. It's a hard career, a hard job. People think that it's easy because we're just sitting here in the seat. Even as a drive-in or reefer that doesn't really have to do much physical labor, it's tough, dude. We're out here by ourselves. You know, some people have a co-driver. Some people have their headsets on and they're calling home. They have spouses. But what about us single guys? You know, it's lonely out here. So all of that stuff weighs on people. And the slightest amount of encouragement, the slightest amount of somebody who gets it and thanks us, or like the four-wheeler. Dude, there's nothing during my day that really makes me smile more than a four-wheeler who slows down, turns his lights on or off to let me know that I can move over safely, and then they go on about their business if there's something that caused me to get over in the hammer lane, the passing lane, right? There's not much that excites me and gives me hope and joy as a driver on a regular basis than a four-wheeler who gets it. And the scary thing is most likely that four-wheeler is a truck driver who's in his personal vehicle or her personal vehicle. And that's a shame. We should all know how to drive around each other, and we should do it safely. I'm trying to hold drivers accountable just like I am trying to hold four-wheelers accountable as well. So I'm not just going to address the issues that I see with four-wheelers. I'm going to address and hold my brothers and sisters in the trucking industry accountable. That's what this channel is you know, somewhat geared towards. And I want you guys to know that we love our job. Truck drivers love what we do mainly. We like being the backbone of this country. A lot of us are heroes. I understand that, you know, that might be like a clout chasing thing to say or a prideful, arrogant thing to say. But no, I genuinely mean that. The majority of truck drivers out here are the type of person that would give the shirt off their back, that would sit down with you and be willing to have a conversation if you were hurting, or donate to this charity or that charity. A lot of us are heroes out here. And like I said, we're all traveling down the same highways, and we need to do it safely around each other. And that is my goal for this channel. And then also to share some tricks and some places, some locations, some methods of making your motoring scenarios better. There's going to be some tricks and stuff that I'm going to be sharing with some four-wheelers, some ways to save some money, some places that you might not think about to go to save some money for some things that you will need. We're going to save that content for another video. At this point, we're going to sign off and say we appreciate you guys. Keep doing what you're doing, but let's all try to be a little bit better tomorrow than we were today. Libertarian Trucker signing out.